Hello, hello! Perfidious Pete here, ready to once again set foot on the path of our grim, baton-style death march to victory in XCOM: The Long War. And yes, I did say death march to victory, and yes, I did mean it, because at this point, I actually think the odds have finally turned into our favor, skewing to the side of XCOM rather than Alien. All that's really sort of left now for us is just to sit down and play a little bit of the waiting game here. And yes, I know the waiting game sucks, and yes, I'd rather be playing Hungry Hungry Hippos too, but that's not an option for us for a couple of reasons. One, drunk Uncle Mel Gibson confiscated the marbles in a drunken rage, calling them, quote, a small round part of the great Zionist conspiracy, unquote. And two, the aliens seem to have gone into full-on George Washington mode on us, which is to say, they spend most of their time hiding and trying to avoid major conflicts with what is a vastly superior opponent, until said opponent either gets bored enough to do something stupid or just wanders off. And, I honestly have to admit it's kind of a solid strategy because, one, it's really starting to piss me off, and two, it's, probably gonna work. I mean, why wouldn't it? It worked for George, didn't it? That's how America did it. That's how George did it. And that's the reason Hollywood was around to give me this line to rip off. Otherwise, America would have lost the revolution, and instead of playing XCOM, I'd be sitting somewhere alone in a seedy pub, eating a packet of crisps, and watching a rerun of EastEnders on the telly right now. Not that there's anything wrong with that, I'm just saying, vastly different future for me. So before I get bored and just Cornwallis everything up here, I think what I'll do is just go ahead and start scanning and see if maybe we can Valley Forge us up a couple of aliens. Well, that sure as hell didn't take long. Abductions, eh? Very well then. Oh, I was about to get all gloaty and filled with braggadocio about how I was going to shoot this son of a bitch down, and then turns out I'm not going to do that, because I just have regular interceptors. One of these days, though, I'm telling you, the aliens will assault and try an abduction mission at a place where,
the council isn't going to be
I can actually get to before they
We
land.
need to protect our satellites, or we're going to lose coverage.
Just, Bradford, could you go
Commander,
drink
we
like
picked up
40
multiple requests
extra
for
gallons of
assistance.
gin? I really want you to
Abductions in
die of
progress are
alcohol
marked on the
poisoning.
hologlobe.
Honestly, it's the best fate you could really hope for, because after this project is over, I'm going to take you out back and shoot you anyway. I mean, you're not going to survive, Bradford, win or lose. And in a lose situation, the last thing I do before the aliens come for me and drag me screaming from my bed is I'm going to shoot you in the face, Bradford. Well, that's not. It's actually the second to last thing I'm going to do. The second to last thing I'm going to shoot him in the face. The last thing I'm going to do is laugh hysterically. But I digress. So we really sort of overcommitted on our last mission, although I'm not really now too terribly sure we did actually overcommit. But we sent a lot of quality troopers looking for some psychic EXP. And honestly, that's a tactic I'm fully comfortable repeating. So let's find ourselves somebody to lead this shit heap. Not you, Uncle Mel. I'm still mad about the whole stealing the marbles out of my board game thing. Anybody else want to go? Rihanna, how about you? Yeah? Feeling good? Alright then. I mean, we could take Huge Axeman, but honestly, we don't really have a need for Huge Axeman, and I've really been enjoying what the snipers have been bringing to the table lately. I gotta say, after an initial strong start and then a very, very long period of sucking monstrously, snipers have really come on for us since we put together the Seraphim armor and the plasma sniper rifle. So snipers, late game, useful. Early game, useful. Mid-game, trash. Who else do we need to take on this piece of crap mission here? Anybody who needs Psychic EXP. That's sort of going to be the motto here. Do we have an infantry guy that needs Psychic EXP? Maybe Tay Diggs? Maybe? Tay? Yes? No? No Tay Diggs. Alright. Well, what other infantry do we have? I mean, we got Sean Connery. Me. Huge Axeman. Me. Sean Penn. I mean, these guys are all quality, but I don't... Let's see, you need to take him on the mission. I guess Sean Penn, then. It's either him or Van Damme. Let's have old Van Damme. He can step in and do a little understudy action here with Rihanna, just to kind of get a feel for how she leads things. That'll give him a chance, prove his skills, sharpen his abilities. Maybe hone his his talent with the splits there. I bet Rihanna can do the splits. Titan armor, plasma rifle, scope, laser sight, blah, blah, blah. Actually, I bet Jean-Claude Van Damme does the splits far better than Rihanna, now that I really consider it. Sort of his gimmick, after all. McBeef! What's your willpower like, McBeef? Pretty good, and you're real close to a level. Well, you're going on this mission, McBeef. And at some point, I would like you to use the power of your mind to smite one of our foes, at least. So, you know, sort of keep that in mind, Shia. That was not at all funny. And yet again, I'm going to mention it because I've mentioned it for like the last 6 episodes, and I would feel remiss if I didn't say it again. This may be the last outing for the Slim Shady Memorial Slug Slinger, although probably it's not, because it never is. Who do we want to send as an engineer? I mean, I'm taking one, so I might as well try and figure that out. How close are you to a level here, Tool Pusher? Well, honestly, not close enough to merit inclusion in the mission. That's how close you are. Still a little upset, actually, that the Kristen K. Stewart didn't manage to pull a level on her last mission. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Kristen Stewart. You specifically. Really let me down, Kristen Stewart. Really let me down. Do we want to send Sung Kang? We really kind of don't. Let's send J-Lo instead. I like J-Lo better. Because, well, you know, Sung Kang has a fine ass, but I think J-Lo's ass is, well, it's better. J-Lo's got a better butt. Sorry, Sung Kang. I didn't want to sort of bear a bad news kind of deal, but, you know, you're going to have to kind of buck up and face it. J-Lo's got a nicer dumper than you do. Just, you know, have to... J-Lo doesn't have Packmaster yet. That's kind of a problem. Does she get 2 battle scanners? This is going to be the tipping point. Okay, that's fine. We can deal with J-Lo then. 4 grenades is honestly probably enough for an abduction mission, because I think we're going to take an archer anyhow. Scout and Assault Trooper are still on the list there. Do we want to send Red Brown? Not when Tara Spectre Reed is available. I can't believe it. Actually, Tara Reed is not available. Tara Reed needs to get her ass in the tube. Why are you not in the tube right now, Tara Reed? Is the question. Why are you not in the tube? Seriously, what are you doing out of the tube? We're putting you in the tube at the end of this mission, Tara Reed. You're going to be in the tube. Fucking loafer. So we need another scout then. Might be Anna Big Gun's gun. Big Guns? Hello? Big Guns? Where is Anna Big Gun's gun? There she is. Do we take Big Guns or do we just take Red Brown? I mean, I don't really see a drawback to taking Red Brown. There actually is no drawback. We're just going to take Red Brown. Immortal Madman. You can run about, shriek like a woman. Not that there's anything wrong with shrieking like a woman. I mean, if that's the way you shriek, I guess, you know. At least you make it easy to label. Battle Scanner for the Rebster. One of these days, I'm actually going to use that Psy Grenade rather than just carry it around the field slowing me down. Because that's what it's been doing, carrying me around the field slowing me down. Arc Thrower. We might get a shot at perhaps a Muton Elite. I mean, it's not... wouldn't be unheard of. We actually haven't seen many Muton Elites lately, though. Just, you know, just from a spitballing standpoint. Haven't encountered many. Charlie Winning Sheen or Miley Yeah Cyrus or Sir Sidney Portier. Well, that's going to be Sir Sid's then. That's pretty much a no contest. Sir Sid's going to be toting in our reflex cannon, of course. Walker servos, case of Muton, bring breaching ammo, and a arc thrower for Sir Sid as well. Did I put regular Titan armor on Red Brown? I did. I'm sorry, Red Brown. Did not mean to do that, buddy. Why don't you take your Archangel armor instead? There you go. Now Red Brown is faster. And for our final unit then, we don't have a medic yet, right? Oh, we do have a medic. What are we missing? Oh, Gunner. We should definitely bring one of those. Who's that going to be? Probably Taylor Lautner or Nicki Minaj, I'd reckon. Looks like it's going to be Nikki. So Nikki will be sticking it in our kidney with her Plasma Nova gun, patented weapon of the Nicki Minaj there. Seriously, it's got that super base that Nikki loves oh so much. That's why she carries it. Scope, laser sight, high capacity mags. And Nikki gonna show the aliens that starships were meant to crash as opposed to fly. That's what Nikki likes to see. Tiger Cougar Woods is a definitive maybe. You know, if we could... Oh, old Charlie Hunnam. There he is, lurking in the background. Just being an also-ran, waiting for his chance. Pick me, coach. Put me in, come on. I can fly beside Miko. I'm just as good as she is. Spoiler, Charlie Hunnam, not as good as Miko. Raleigh Beckett? Yeah, not the hero of Pacific Rim. Hero of that movie? It's Miko. She's actually the protagonist. If you've seen the film, I challenge you to go watch it again and tell me that she's not the actual hero. Because she is. Miko, hero. Kaiju fighter extraordinaire. Idris Elba didn't raise Raleigh Beckett after all.
We have visual on the mission site.
Yes, we
Setting
do.
down.
Let's head in and get started. Operation
The area
Empty
of
Stranger.
engagement for this mission will be in India.
The
We've just
Empty
received another
Stranger? So
report
is
of an
that where
abduction in
you
progress
sit
in a
on your
densely
hand
populated
until it
urban
falls
center.
asleep
If
and
we allow
then
the aliens to
masturbate
succeed,
into an
it's
empty
going to
cup?
spread panic throughout the area.
That seems weird. Like, way weirder than just the garden variety stranger. That's real creepy, Bradford. Did you come up with that mission name, Bradford? I bet Bradford came up with that mission name. Actually, it seems more like the kind of thing Dr. Phelan would come up with, really. For Dr. Phelan, though, the Empty Stranger is probably sitting on her hand until it falls asleep and then masturbating into some dead alien skull. That's actually probably the way that
Copy that,
Dr.
Big
V
Sky.
would go for that.
Strike 1 is cleared to engage hostile targets.
Yeah.
Watch your backs out there,
Hostile
people.
targets engaging, whatnot. Where's my sniper? Where my sniper at, yo? Where? There she is. All right. So, Rihanna, if you would, why don't you a little bit airborne here and head over into, say, that corner should do nicely. And that's pretty much got to have Rihanna sorted for the rest of the map, really. JC, let's go see what's up here. Alright, so we got some action. Looking like some Thin Men. Not to be confused with Thin Mints, of course. The delicious Girl Scout delivered taste sensation. Thin Men, considerably less desirable than Thin Mints. Jean-Claude Van Damme actually got a number of pretty solid shots for us here. We're going to have him just take a high percentage connect rate. 7 damage. Solid output from JC. Could have asked for more, but, even if we had asked, I don't think JC probably would have delivered, so.
Heading to that location.
Nicki Minaj with not fantastic speed. You're going to have to go on Overwatch for us. What can you do here, Rihanna? A kill, really, is what we're looking for. And yes, you can kill that guy on the roof. We'll revisit you in a moment, Rihanna. Let's see what Reb Brown can get into here. What do you got for us, Reb? What do you got? What do you got? Not a lot, says Reb Brown. What might be right for you, might not be right for some. Or so saith the customary wisdom of what he got, not a lot. So what? Reb Brown. Alright, so we're going to mind fray that guy just in the hopes that we have a better chance of forcing him to miss in the future. Honestly, I don't really think Reb Brown was going to connect with much of anything anyway. So even had we taken a shot, we would likely have been in a missing situation anyway. We're going to revisit you in a moment, McBeef. Let's see what J-Lo can do with a little grenade action.
Commander.
So, Geely, how do you feel about maybe just... Well, I was going to say, Jesus, that's the world's largest grenade, but that's because it's actually a battle scanner, not a grenade. This actually could do nicely. Why don't you eliminate some tables and chairs here, J-Lo?
Stuck on this.
If you can't blow up tables and chairs with this, by the way, I'm going to seriously consider firing you. Alright, then. That's good, because seriously, you were borderline getting fired. What to do here? I really don't want this Thin Man advancing on us. I think I'm going to take steps to actually prevent that Thin Man from advancing on us as I think more... Actually, he probably has squad sight. So if any of them can see Rihanna, he's going to be in a bad spot. That will not get a kill, and the hit percentage is not that good. Sir Sidney, what can you do if we have you run and gun, Mr. Portier? Sir, what can you bring to the table? Actually, I bet Sir Sidney can kill this guy. But he'll be flanked if we do it, so I mean... I'm going to trust Sir Sidney to go solo, one-on-one with the Thin Man. That is horrible, Sir Sidney. Honestly, the worst possible outcome you could have generated. That's going to be a serious problem for you, Sir Sids. You're, kind of launched your own pickle. Are we going to be able to kill any of those guys? I don't think so. They got a lot of health. Yeah, Sir Sidney's in a real tough spot here. That was an aggressive run and gun, and I don't think it's going to pan out too well for Sir Sidney. So that just leaves Raleigh Beckett here, who is sort of in a I need to save the day position and not really capable of saving the day, necessarily. I think we're just going to have to kill what we can kill and hope Sir Sidney can weather the storm. This is bad, folks. This is real bad. McBeef, you honestly have nothing to bring to the table, buddy. Nothing. Just go on Overwatch. Sure, go on Overwatch. Thank you. Alright, so let's see how the aliens react to Sir Sidney. And man, look at that guy. Dr. Valen would be pleased. That guy's like pre-equipped for his own autopsy there. Just spread out on the table. Looks Looks like old Grissom has been in there doing a little slicing and dicing. This is a lot of aliens here. We got a lot of activity. Bunch of pods coming up on our 6. Or actually more like our 12.
Requesting immediate assistance.
Yeah, Sir Sidney's going to be in a real bad way here. Because these operatives they're not going to miss. I don't know why that one ran an acid and gave himself a worse shot. And also didn't shoot at Sir Sidney.
Incoming.
I have no idea what that guy is thinking. I mean, clearly he's not thinking because he just ran face first into a cloud of fucking acid. This guy's going to shoot at Sir Sidney. There you go. How the fuck did that miss? I mean, the other guy could at least blame the acid. What is that guy's excuse? How are you going to explain that miss to your superiors? That makes little to no sense. And by that I mean it makes absolutely no fucking sense at all whatsoever. JCVD, though, with a number of pretty quality shots for us. Well, why don't you just start winding them up here, JC? And no, when I call you JC, please don't make any, Christ inferences, Jean-Claude. I mean, you're cool, but let's not go crazy. You don't want to make a mistake and say you're bigger than Jesus like the Beatles did. That was, didn't really pan out so well for the Beatles. Who would we rather have dead? Well, that guy is on Overwatch. One of these guys is suppressing. That guy is. Let's just shoot him in the mouth. Actually, I think that sectoid is suppressing. Yeah, it actually is the sectoid. So we'll go ahead and just kill the sectoid then. We've got a double tap. And only 84%, but that's not going to bother Rihanna even a little bit. Never tell her the odds. And yes, I just compared Rihanna to Han Solo, and no, I don't feel good about it. Just so you know. Just wanted to make that perfectly clear. We got a bunch of Seekers up here. I think we could probably use a patented old-school McBeef battle scanner to give Reb Brown a chance to really capitalize on some in-the-zone action. We would like there to be a zone, and we would like Reb Brown to be inside of that zone, and we would like him to go absolutely bonkers batshit crazy on a whole bunch of Seekers. Which, it's looking like we've got a pretty good chance of making happen. So J-Lo's going to soften him up for us with a little bit of grenade here. If you would be so kind, J-Lo. Perhaps pitch that in there. And don't blow up this wall. We're going to ideally use that for cover. Just pitch it in the window there, Jenny. Jenny from the block getting shit started for us. That's nice job. Alright, so it's going to be old Reb Ryder Brown here. You got to be fucking kidding me. Another pod. Alright then. So that's how you want to play it. No, that's fine, aliens. That's gonna be that way. I can deal with it. That's fine. I got your fucking numbers right here. Did you really need to break the window, Reb? I mean, that just seems like pointless vandalism, honestly. I can't really think that was a good decision. The window didn't need to be broken there. So Reb Brown is just gonna put on a massive killing display here. Or he was going to put on a massive killing display until he missed a 72% chance to hit, and, well, fuck my mouth. Reb Brown kind of dicking us there. Nicki Minaj, what can you do? 265s or 285s? I think we'll go for the double 85s, and if you don't get a kill here, Nicki Minaj, we may consider firing your ass as well. Alright then. So, no need to terminate Nicki's contract just yet. Honestly, I think Death Row Records has probably already got that well under advisement.
Confirmed.
So let's have Charlie go see if we can rescue Sir Sidney. I don't even care who's on Overwatch. Oh, now you hit? Okay, whatever. Guy's really trying to come up with an excuse to not get fired after he missed that last shot on the badly exposed and flanked Sir Sidney. He's trying to justify his own employment. I mean, I think you may be in a too little too late kind of situation there, pal. Can we get close enough to shoot that guy twice? The answer is no. Don't think that's going to generate 2 shots. We don't really want Sir Sidney that close, to be perfectly honest. Don't really have a lot of better options for Sir Sidney. We could fly. I don't know what that would necessarily gain us, however.
I'm all over it.
What's your shot like? Not terrible. Pretty terrible. You know what? This is almost a coin flip. I'm going to go ahead and take the long-range shot. Well, we didn't get you. That's fine. It was worth a risk. There was nothing else we were going to do with Sir Sidney's Overwatch anyway. Yeah, it's just a fucking Seeker. Come on. These guys are just going to shoot at Reb Brown after decloaking themselves 40 times. So the Chief Seeker stops to have a seizure and does nothing.
Hey, a little help.
That guy suppresses Sir Sidney because, well, he can't hit a goddamn thing and he's worried about his performance review. He's just trying to look useful. I gotta say, though, in his defense, the other Exalt troopers that we've seen haven't performed any better, and one of the guys did run himself face first into a giant cloud of acid. So maybe getting hired on at Exalt isn't exactly a giant coup. I mean, it's like catching a McJob. Not that there's anything wrong with having a McJob. I mean, hey, man's got to work, but let's face it, it's not exactly a tough gig to get. Basically, if you can, you know, sort of do basic addition and subtraction, or even just be upright and have functional limbs, I think you can probably get a gig there. Anyway, what do we got here? JC. Who do we want to have JC shoot at? Probably this giant Seeker, I think, is going to be our best use for Jean-Claude. That's some fine damage, Jean-Claude. I'm pretty pleased with that. Can you do it again? By God, Jean-Claude delivers back-to-back. It's not like his whole sophomore slump after Bloodsport, where he didn't put out another decent movie for 15 years. He just went 2 for 2. And Nicki Minaj is going to tear this guy a brand new butthole. Well, most of a brand new butthole. Yana, what can you do? You could kill that guy. And honestly, you're probably our best bet to do that, so go ahead and take that shot. Man, some long-range deliveries from Rihanna, which is good because her acting range is nowhere near as long, so she needs to try and enhance her range as much as possible. Her vocal range considerably better than her acting range, but, you know, also not really that good. Then again, when your last biggest hit was just you saying the word cake a suicide-inducing number of times, it's questionable how much talent you'd really need. J-Lo? Think you could kill this guy with your brain? How can she not mind fray this guy? She can shoot him, why can she not mind frame? Is he just like immune to psychic powers? I mean, it's possible. We'll just have J-Lo crack him with her little plasma carbine then. Call me crazy, but I think there might still be a Seeker somewhere. I think it enough that I might... Oh, no, there's not, because this battle scanner would actually already have decloaked them. Okay, then. So, McBeef, why don't you get yourself some meaningless Psychic EXP? And the one thing I can say in the... You know, for the positive of Psi Inspiration, not a fantastic ability. Really, it's only mostly useful to just rowing somebody who's panicked. But the one thing I do have to sort of default give it, you can use it every time it's off cooldown, and unless you need that guy to do something more important, you're not really missing anything. It's actually providing a tangible benefit.
Dead and gone.
Speaking of tangible benefits, Sir Sidney Poitier cramming a side of a shotgun into somebody's head and providing them with a new exit for their thoughts, which I suppose is a sort of tangible benefit. I thought there was another Seeker here. So he was just not even cloaked, just hiding off camera. Nobody hides from fucking Reb Brown. It doesn't matter what side of the camera you're on. Reb Brown will find you. Reb Brown will shriek like a woman. Through his golf ball-sized throat nose, he will leap out of his enforcer, and Reb Brown will beat you to fucking death. I don't know where that guy came from. Well, that's intriguing, I suppose. Okay, McBeef, I guess we're going to drop a battle scanner here because there's one Seeker who was mysteriously hiding. So, there we go. Hey, look, there he is. Didn't suspect him to be there. That's... What a trick play. That guy is a master of disguise and stealth. Apparently Seekers just are immune to Mind Fray. They must not have minds, I guess. Which sucks, because if they did, we could kill that one with our brain. Is there a door over here? Oh, there's a drive-through window. Aw, man, this guy got abducted by aliens while he's waiting for his fucking food. That sucks, Holmes. I mean, it sucks bad enough you were sitting in a drive-thru waiting to pick up what's arguably a meal for one that you were going to eat sort of cold and alone. How are we flanked there and by what? Well, I guess that guy's still alive.
That's affirmative.
But, you know, just insult to injury kind of thing there. The alien's not content to just let that poor bastard just get his McRib and go home and eat it in the garage while he weeps, but they gotta kill him in the process, too? That's just fucking cold, guys. These aliens are some cruel sons of bitches. On the plus side, most of them are dead, so I mean, we got that going for us. I'm gonna bet we can blow his car up from here. And instead of doing that, I'm actually gonna see if I can get... Come on, stop twitching. Just put it out there. Come on, stop it. Stop it. Stop twitching. Stop it. Never mind. I'm just gonna launch it on the hood of the car. This will keep him from coming. Well, never mind. Nice shot, Charlie. This is why Miko was the hero. Yeah, I meant it every time I said it. Miko's the goddamn hero. And that's why. I don't really feel like spawning another pod with Sir Sydney on a long-range run and gun, because we got extraordinarily lucky the last time. I really don't think that's going to happen twice. Let's give Sir Sydney slightly better than a coin flip. And that's really all it takes when Sir Sydney's on the job. You give him slightly better than a coin flip, and Sir Sydney will put a bullet in your eye.
I'm about to start. Need a
All mission objectives
That's it?
completed.
That's it. Man, Operation Empty Stranger, not kidding, that fucking was empty. Thin men, a sectoid, some seekers. That's it, huh? That's the best you got, aliens? I'm expecting some George Washington next level sort of pseudo-guerrilla warfare that drags the war out until my exhaustion is so high that I just give up. But I gotta say, you keep handing me slam dunks like this, I'm never gonna get tired of it. This is fun. Shit, I've had more danger playing Splatball. Or paintball, whatever you want to call it. I mean, those things hurt.
We didn't leave anything to
They
chance,
go fast.
and it paid off. Excellent work, Commander.
Nobody on this mission even got shot. I'm not even sure the enemies even shot at us. Oh no, I guess that's not true. Because Sir Sydney, I think. Now, Charlie Hunnam, the one man who got shot, it was Charlie Hunnam. Sir Sydney got missed by the worst shot ever, and the guy who decided he didn't want to live anymore and just ran himself into a cloud of acid. Charlie Hunnam, though, that guy has never met a bullet he didn't want to befriend. He gets wounded every mission. Although not necessarily wounded, just shot every time. Always shot. Should just call him Charlie's Always Shot Hunnam. Anyway, Miko, still the hero. Panic by 1 in India, whoopee, 115 credits that honestly we could give it less than a shit about. At this point, we're just blowing it all on blow for Lindsay Lohan anyway. And she's got like a $12,000 a day habit too, so, you know, it's not inexpensive. And still, we got well more than enough cash to keep Lindsay in a lifetime supply. Let's take a look at the tube real quick, because we did want to chuck Tear. Well, we can't chuck Tear Reed in a tube, because the tubes are all full. And there explains where Tay Groovy Diggs is, by the way, too. Looks like he's spending a little time in the tube. Alright then. Well, I guess we have absolutely nothing left to do, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. Of course, if you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comments section. Your support does mean a lot to us. And if you'd like to see more daily XCOM, including Lindsay Lohan's $12,000 a day drug habit, consider subscribing as well. We'll see you again soon.